Hi guys, this is Sliver here, and this is Controversial Opinions, a new series where I share my honest opinions on all things Diablo 4, and viewers and commenters rage about it. The series was inspired by my latest opinion piece, Is Vessel of Hatred Pay to Win?, which has gotten 20 times more comments than my usual videos, with many of the commenters calling me mentally ill. This is when I realized my opinions seem to be in contrast with most players, and I decided to embrace this and make a series out of it. So feel free to rage in the comments if you feel like it, and here we go. Today I want to talk about the Dark Citadel feature that is coming to Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. As far as we know, this is going to be a multiplayer only game mode. They call it a co-op dungeon, where you and other players work together to defeat a series of bosses while accomplishing different tactics, such as throwing balls at the boss to make it vulnerable. Well, my initial opinion when I heard about this feature was, no, Diablo 4 doesn't need this. Then, when I heard a bit more details, my opinion changed to, no, Diablo 4 definitely doesn't need this. And I'm currently waiting on the PTR testing of it, but I'm confident that the direction my opinion is going is not going to change. Here is why. First of all, Diablo 4 is, for all intents and purposes, a single-player game. Even though the developers tried to experiment with the notion of an open world, they largely failed at that. The activities associated with the open world, such as world bosses, are in a horrible state right now when your character's damage is squished, so you only do a fraction of your normal damage. And this is already a solution to what used to be an even bigger joke when every world boss was one-shot as soon as it spawned. Open world only works in towns where you feel the presence of people around you, so that makes the world more lively. However, when combat is concerned, open world falls flat because of the huge difference between the power of two random players. Blood maidens have become a joke too in Helltide, and not just because of the leechers for exquisite blood, but also the maidens either get one-shot by some top-geared player, or they are too difficult for the leveling players and take forever to kill. But okay, you can say that the content that they're planning is not outdoors, not open world group play, rather than it's a raid, so you'll be able to choose your party to overcome these obstacles. Well, you can already choose your party for the tormented bosses, and that's a joke as well. People only farm them for the chance of getting a unique and mythic unique items that drop from these bosses, not because they enjoy the 5-second soulless boss fight. But okay, once again, let's give the developers the benefit of the doubt and let's assume they will be able to handle the balancing of the difficulty and the health of the bosses. I'm almost certain there will be an issue with the visibility of the boss's abilities. If you've played a Lightning Spear Sorcerer in the higher levels of the Infernal Hordes, you can relate to how difficult it is to see the abilities of bosses, because there's effects flying all over the place. Imagine that multiplied 3 to 4 times with other players' spell effects. And even though the game can suppress other players' abilities to make them less apparent, I once again don't have much faith in the developers of getting this right for the raid. Okay, but undoubtedly many commenters will say, well bro, if you don't like the co-op dungeons, then don't play them, duh. And that would actually be a valid argument if they didn't make the Dark Citadel almost mandatory for character progression. According to Blizzard, the Scroll of Retempering, a new consumable item added in the Vessel of Hatred, will primarily drop from the Dark Citadel. Sure, they said you'll be able to get it from other sources, but you can technically get mythic uniques from any other mob besides tormented bosses, and look how this has worked out. One more thing, the looking for group feature. Many people name it as some kind of savior for random groups, but I'm not sure about that. I think there's a high possibility of it becoming a tool for group leaders only inviting the best geared players, and many times those will be the ones who obtain their gear through real money trading. Hence the argument that Diablo 4 is pay to win. All in all, I would say that if I wanted to raid, I'd rather play World of Warcraft and not Diablo 4. And unless the developer team is able to deliver major improvements compared to the current multiplayer and co-op modes, in my opinion, there is a high likelihood that the Dark Citadel will fall flat, just like the Gauntlet did. And that's it. Do you have faith in the upcoming feature? Do you think I'm insane with this opinion? Feel free to leave your raging comments down below, and see you in the next episode of Controversial Opinions. Thanks.